Hi, everyone. So I have a little bit of a lengthy PowerPoint that I'm going to go over today. I'm not going to go over every single slide, but I will post this online for you to be able to read. So I want to make sure I just go over some of these things and highlight some things that are coming from the textbook. So let's talk about critical perspective. Um, so critical perspectives help social workers to avoid assuming that the way things are is the way things they have to be. So approaching everything when you're practicing with clients from a critical lens. Um, this perspective offers critiques and alternatives to a way of looking at things, the status quo. Practitioners can analyze and deal with the social factors that underlie the present problems and that they are grappling with, or social barriers um, to the positive aims they are trying to achieve. So there's quite a bit of debate with critical theory. It argues that a practice activity like social work, critical thinking and analysis must lead to critical action if the analysis of the life in life focuses on weaknesses in the present order rather than on a client's personal failing. So that's one of the few critiques of critical theory is that sometimes it can be seen as blaming the victim, and you're critiquing and really looking at it from a critical lens and what the client should be doing. One of the most important uses of critical theory is as a broad theoretical framework within which empowerment, feminist, and anti discriminatory theory can be positioned. So, some practitioners utilize critical theory again as a broad theoretical framework, but also utilizing other theories to work with clients. So, links between critical theories and traditional social work. Um, in general, I think most social workers understand and believe that society contributes to generating personal problems. For both the relationship between people and society um, is transactional, reflective, or interactive. So, it's both value insight for client, although purposes and means of action to attain insight are different. So again, there's several links between critical theories and traditional social work. The textbook also talks about the debate between the two and some discrepancies between critical theories and traditional social work. So make sure you take a look at that. Um, Critical practice assists the profession with not becoming locked into the status quo. Overall, critical social work framework emphasizes social change avoids oppression, emphasizes social justice and equality, and provides a framework to incorporate ideas of feminism and discriminatory practice. So, feminist perspective helps social workers understand and respond to the oppression of women. Feminist perspectives are a powerful method for analyzing women's experiences and roles in many societies. Many clients and practitioners are women and thus allow the social work and their client, social workers, I should say social workers, and their clients to practice in solidarity with each other's worldviews. I'm not going to go over each one of these in detail. Again, I'll link the PowerPoint online for you to take a look at these more in detail. The textbook also goes into detail about these four major areas: women condition, women-centered practice, women's different voices, and working with diversity. So there's a couple of different feminist perspectives. Again, not going to read through each one of these. The textbook goes into more detail about liberal feminism, radical feminism, social feminism, Black feminism, and postmodern feminism. So there's just a little bit of a different slant from each of these perspectives regarding feminist theory. And there's 4 features that help characterize feminist theory. Feminist practice creates dialogical egalitarian relationships. Feminist practice focuses on personal identity. Feminist practice values diversity. And feminist practice with practitioners. So there again are some debates with feminist theory. A lot of times in society, feminism asserts that women are oppressed by social structure and relationships in society that privilege men and male views, and thus devalue or exclude the views of women. So, given that the oppression results from gender divisions, intervening to overcome the oppression is difficult. Some other critiques regarding feminist theory. Some argue that it excludes issues that affect men, including violence and exploitation in the workplace, impact of gender divisions on men's problems, and other things like that. So some argue that the onus is not enough on men, and there's not enough equality in terms of looking at it from a men's perspective as well. By concentrating on women, critics say that feminism fails to pick up on an important opportunity to change gender relations and roles for the benefit of both sexes. So most social work does involve women working with other women. And so a lot of times, really understanding women's issues is a big part of working in understanding women. So feminist theory has changed how social work practice and society think about gender roles and relationships in regard to social policy and welfare. Altogether, feminist theory is both a unique and useful addition to the body of social work theory. So it's a good tool to have in your tool bag when working with clients. So then we're going to talk about ethnic identity as well. This comes largely from the Organista reading. So make sure you have done the additional readings for this as well. So ethnic identity is an aspect of our self-concept. It may be viewed as how we classify ourselves in terms of the groups we belong to and who we see ourselves similar to. There are several variations in ethnic identity. And it's important to recognize these variations. Those classified in white or Caucasian sometimes may not think of themselves as belonging to an ethnic group. So there's a couple of different theories in terms of stages of ethnic identity. The first stage, and this is by Finney and Ong, examined ethnicity is stage 1, in search of ethnic identity is stage 2, and ethnic identity achievement is stage 3. The additional reading also has another staged theory for ethnic identity that we're going to talk about here in just a second. There are lots of country of origins identified as Hispanic or Latino in the US. So this contributes to the ethnic identity that a person might have. So being Latino or Hispanic encompasses a variety of cultures, racial backgrounds, and national origins. Again, this is a model of racial identity orientation. So Sue and Sue also have a racial/cultural identity development model. So stage 1 is conformity, stage 2 is dissonance, stage 3 is resistance and immersion, stage 4 is introspection, and stage 5 is integrative awareness. So in your Organista reading on table 3.1, this goes into more detail about that. There are many important concepts within the Latino and Hispanic identity, and here's just a few, particularly family, respect, religion, and language. So here are some things that you are going to be doing this week. So make sure you refer to this week's reading and respond to the following prompt. This prompt is also listed online, so you can take a look at that. And then also, you are going to investigate and articulate your personal theoretical orientation. So you are going to be doing this brainstorm discussion. So brainstorm and determine how you want to design the concept map and graphic portion of the assignment. Review the theories and perspectives presented in this course. Identify the theories and perspectives you either already use and or plan to use in your work. So I'm going to be posting my example of the personal theoretical graphic. So make sure that you brainstorm yours and then also respond to 2 others as well. So you're going to have 2 discussion board postings and 4 responses. So 2 for the readings, the peer responses for the readings, and then 2 peer responses for the brainstorming activity as well. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you guys so much. As always, please let me know if you have any questions at all.